Hey guys, so today we're going to be talking about DNA and astrology. Yes, I am going to be talking about that without any credentials, okay? But and I'm going to be actually telling you and showing you as to close to scientifically as possible on how a DNA is manipulated from the moment you're born to make you who you are through the energy of the planets. Okay, and if Cornell board is watching me right now, okay, um, you guys can message me and send my PhD here. Okay. Anyway, so DNA, okay, deoxyribonucleic acid is pretty much constructed of, and then I'm sorry if you do not know the whole process, and if this is, if you forgot what you when you took the basic biology class in your college. So I'm just gonna tell you in layman's terms what basic DNA is. Okay, so DNA has these two helix, which are, twirled together with these bridges in the middle, and these bridges have base pairs, and they're each attached with a sugar. So the sugar becomes like that glue to these base pairs, and these base pairs are like adenine, thymine, guanine, and crystalline. And if you have an RNA, then it's called Ulikai, or I'm sorry, I forget. But anyway, so these four base pairs, okay, and there are about 3 billions of these pairs in our body, which they know right now. But I'm pretty sure they're gonna find 1.25 million base pairs in the future. That's just my own little 2 cents into this. But anyway, these 3 billion base pairs, where each base pair has about I believe 20 amino acids. Okay, 20 amino acids in four chromosomes, the four base pairs uh, chromosomes that creates these amino acids, and then the amino acids go into the nucleus of a cell. Okay, through the help of RNA, and then RNA produces this mRNA, which goes inside the nucleus because it's so microscopic. It can go in the membrane of the nucleus and start the process of genetically changing whoever we are, and how we are processed in this world. And this is very basic. And even I might have forgotten some of these things, but I'm just you know thinking back in time. So anyway, in the nucleus, okay, of a cell, where these proteins are aligned together, okay, there's something called string theory. Okay, there's an electric current that's going inside that nucleus. Okay, and that string is in a vibration frequency that was set from the moment you're born, and the rays suddenly attack you, the cosmic rays, including the rays of these pulsars and quasars. Because when the sun blasts, emits all these rays out in the space, which are filtered through the atmosphere, and they are actually changing our DNA. But however, planetary rays, okay, that are emitting and coming filtering through the atmosphere are far stronger than the star that might have blown up a million light years away, or 300 light years away. Okay, so these energies, these planetary energies that come in, okay, filter through, they start the process. They set this base vibration for your DNA. Now, if you have not heard the name Carl Sagan, I suggest you go and Google him or YouTube him, and you'll know who Carl Sagan is. I knew him back in India as a 10, 11-year-old guy, a child, watching all these universe channels and all that. But Carl Sagan was uh, astronomer, okay, well-known astronomer, who researched about the cosmos, about the planets, about how things function in the universe. Okay, so Carl Sagan, I remember this one episode where he was inside a cave, and inside a cave he had this meter with him, and that meter was showing all the cosmic rays that were coming through these thick mountain walls inside this cave and going into his body. Okay, so the burst from the gamma rays, and the burst from a sun being exploded, a pulsar and a quasar, those they send out these vibrations. So when the vibration cuts through the atmosphere, they're not just cutting through the atmosphere, they're going through the earth. That's how strong they are. But they're so minute in the level that when they come through even the thick wall of a mountain and go through our skin, they penetrate through our skin and go on the other side, and they keep going. Okay? But what happens is when they go inside the body, they change that little string. That in the string theory, they change that vibrations of that little string, and it slowly, what it does, it creates this ripple effect. So that the few cells that went through, that penetrated through our skin and went inside and touched the nucleus of our cell, and so what happens is the string changes. When a couple of these string changes, what happens is our DNA, which is kind of like a binary code of these base pairs, if you really study DNA, that one change in the string creates this ripple effect. It creates this ripple effect, and then suddenly, slowly, your body starts to change. But why is it that we don't turn into a dog when these things happen? Because of that's the genius of the DNA. They change in such a minute way that it'll take generations and generations and probably hundreds and thousands, if not million years, for you to have 6 fingers as being a normal human being than 5. So these cosmic rays that are emitting through, okay, they're slowly changing us, but so minutely that it'll take hundreds and thousands of years to see any major change in our body shape or any, our internal mind and all that. But when planets do these, when the planetary rays comes through, the walls of the hospital and penetrating when you're being born, because they're 24/7 going through it. But the moment you're born, okay, and you're hitting those cosmic rays, what's happening is your DNA vibration is being set. So if there's a barometer for vibrations to be set at, like 30 kilohertz, so we'll go slow, where then 50 kilohertz, okay? So every time a baby is being born, depending upon where the planets are, how far or close they are to the earth, and how strong that wave is, it'll set that meter, it'll set the vibration of your whole entire being. Okay, and that set vibration will keep vibrating. Okay, and they're constantly changing, because remember, planets are changing too. The transits of the planets, that's what they call. Okay, now here's another thing, and you know what? I'm gonna get so much criticism from people. Oh, show us the proof, show us this, show us that, and that is actually one of my life goals, is to finish my degree and hopefully try to get into a PhD program, either in my area, wherever I am. So my goal is to actually go through this PhD process and perhaps prove to the board how they are, affecting us, and how astrology is able to do this. And obviously, I'm not going to be doing it alone. I'm going to need a team of like 5-6 different PhD students who are, one is studying astrophysics, one is studying cosmetology, one is studying evolutionary biology, one is studying microbiology. So again, this is just out in a vast space of future that I'm gonna try to do this. However, if you guys have seen this documentary or attended a seminar of David Wylock, he is, and actually this time I got his name right, okay, but he is a filmmaker and an author and a researcher of alien and UFO phenomenon and all these scientific theories that are being debunked and being recognized by the scientific society. However, he provided a theory, okay, that our galaxy, so let's say if I have this galaxy in my hand, okay, our galaxy, if you go around it, it's 250 million light years, okay, 250 million light years, and is divided into 4 sections, our galaxy. So each quarter, which is around approximately 65 million years, there's our strong waves being emitted, okay, on these 4 sides, in these 4 angles. And so when our solar system spins, and comes to one of these points, okay, which we are in right now, which is this whole Mayan 2012 thing is all about. When our solar system comes and spins into this, strongly emitting energy from center of the galaxy, that's when you see a very rapid growth and very rapid change in the DNA. Okay, in the string theory, there will be a rapid change among the inside the nucleus of a cell, which also contains a black hole, which has been proven by Nassim Haramein. He actually proved it scientifically, and he proved it mathematically, how consciousness is actually there, and how we are actually space and black hole itself. But anyway, that's a whole other subject. Okay, so when our planet comes and our solar system comes in the middle of the strong emitting energy, it affects this the mind. That's what they figured out. Now, I am not saying I discovered this. I'm not saying they're right or they're wrong, but their theory makes sense because they provide substantial evidence about these things. Okay, so this is why I encourage you to look at his channel, to look at his documentary. His name is David Walla. I will put his name down in the description or probably on my title. But this is how the energies of the cosmos are affecting you. However, even though everything is affecting you, the planets that are inside this barometer of space, which is called the solar system, they are far stronger and far more meaningful than the other energies that are coming in. Okay, because once a star bursts, we can detect his transits. Okay, it's affecting us for that one moment, time and being. But planets who are emitting this energy 24/7, whether strong or heavy, or depending upon how far they are from the Earth, they are the one that are really making us who we are. And it was actually David who himself said that crystals, gemstones, do affect people. Okay, but the reason why I don't support the gemstones in the astrological world is because people think that gemstones are supposed to bring you the girl of your dreams, the guy of your dreams, the children you can't have, or the wealth that you want. And that's where I'm not in support of this, because then you start giving your control, your mind's control, which is far more powerful than even gemstones, to that little piece of rock here. Okay, and people are so adamant about this, like they won't wear this stone on this finger, but they'll wear it on this finger. However, getting back to David's subject, gemstones, what they do, they observe these energies, this cosmic energy, okay, that is emitting from center of the galaxy, and they observe this energy far more stronger than the planetary energy. Okay, so back in Egypt, when these limestones and these granite stones were, you know, being used in the construction of the pyramids, okay, which they even found these pyramids in Europe too, 5 huge pyramids. Okay, these limestones is made up of what do you call crystal quartz. Quartz is known as the most, energized stone out there, and they used these crystals within these walls. So when the energy of the cosmos came through and penetrated the walls and then penetrated their skin, they're penetrating also through the crystal, and the crystal is manipulating them. Okay, and it's not only energizing the entire walls, it's energizing the interior space of this tetrahedron spaced, pyramid. So instead of even wearing a gemstones, you can actually build something like that and sit in there and meditate. However, these gemstones, what they do, the crystals, they change your mind, your thinking. So it's not like you're gonna get wealth from a gemstone, but gemstone, what it'll do, it will open your mind up where you'll finally realize, oh, I need to go get my education. I need to go get a master's degree or my MBA. And then what that will do, that will enable you to make more money. That's how these things work. But you can observe these energies without them. Without even using gemstones, you can observe these energies if you know the right way to get these energies and use it for your own benefit. because they're only there for your benefit. They're not there to harm you. That's the whole point of this 2012 enigma. These energies that we're coming into towards the center of the galaxy, they're actually the positive rays. They're gonna change us into a higher dimensional beings. But anyway, guys, this was my very brief dive into this scientific theoretical world of DNA and trying to, subsidize it with astrology and how astrology is related to the things that they're not finding, like DNA. But obviously, there's a whole deep rabbit hole to that. There's, I mean, you can go into the whole microbiology of DNA and how everything is. There was this priest I remember gave a huge lecture, and it's on YouTube. I'll try to find it, and I'll try to put it in the description how he was saying that, and he was a doctor as well. They actually found a binary code, a computerized binary code in a DNA that creates a certain software, AI software. So there's all these theories, but I try to stay away from them because obviously, if a scientist is watching this, he's just gonna laugh at it because he wants that actual proof. He wants that research. He wants that mathematical, that actual proof of every single thing. So this is why you can't really take this as is, but, but, you know, there's nothing wrong with opening a discussion about it. Okay. So anyway, check out my website below to know more about astrology, and subscribe above because more things to come this year. More fun things, funny things to come this year. All right. Thank you.